Have you ever wished you had, like, a switch? One you could just flip in a heated moment to stop and not react? Well, today we're going to look at a simple but really profound technique from Japanese wisdom that is basically that switch. And look, it's not about suppressing what you feel. It's about totally changing your relationship with your feelings. So let me just ask you straight up, do your emotions control you? Seriously, think about it for a second. Have you ever sent an angry text you immediately wished you could unsend? Or maybe you felt a wave of anxiety so strong that you just froze and missed out on something. Yeah, if you've been there, you are definitely not alone.
And these aren't just ideas, right? This is real life. It's that sudden flash of anger when someone cuts you off in traffic. It's that cold wave of anxiety right before a big presentation. Or that little voice that tells you to procrastinate, even though you know you shouldn't. It feels like you're working against yourself. These moments can feel like they're in charge, but what if they don't have to?
To figure out how, we're going to turn to a classic parable. It's a really powerful story about a young monk dealing with a very, very human problem.
So, picture this. There's this young monk, right? He's super dedicated, super disciplined in every way, except one. He has this secret enemy, his own fiery temper. It would just flare up out of nowhere, completely wrecking his peace, ruining his meditation. He felt totally trapped by it, like a prisoner in his own head. And the monk's first strategy is, well, it's what we all do. His instinct was to fight back. He tried to resist the anger, to push it down, to just wrestle it into submission. But as a lot of us find out the hard way, the more he fought it, the stronger it got. His resistance was literally just fuel for the fire.
So, totally desperate, he goes to his master, and the master gives him this simple, almost crazy-sounding advice. He doesn't say, conquer your anger, or destroy it. He just says to treat it like a visitor. Something that shows up, hangs out for a bit, and then if you just let it be, it'll leave all on its own.
And that one simple idea, it led to the master's big aha moment. It's this beautiful metaphor that completely flips the script on how we understand our own emotions. This is the idea of emotional stillness. The master explained it like this. Your true self, your core awareness, it's like the sky. It's huge, it's open, it's always there, and it never changes. And your emotions, anger, joy, fear, whatever, they're just clouds. They drift through the sky, they might change how it looks for a minute, but they are not the sky. They're just temporary weather. So this leads to a massive shift. See, most of us, we fuse with our feelings. We say, I am angry. We make it our entire identity in that moment. But the new way creates this little bit of space. Instead of I am angry, you think, I notice that I am feeling anger. See the difference? You're not the storm cloud, you're the sky that's watching the storm cloud. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do it when you're seeing red or your heart is pounding? Let's get practical. Let's break it down. All right, it's a simple four-step process. First, just acknowledge it. The feeling's there. No need to panic. Just go, okay, there it is. Second, label it. Give it a name. This is anger, or this is anxiety. Just naming it helps you separate from it. Third, observe it in your body. Where do you feel it? Is your face getting hot? Is your chest tight? Just get curious about the physical feeling. And finally, step 4, allow. Just let it be there, trusting that, just like every single cloud in history, it's eventually going to pass. Now, the whole point here is not to get rid of the feeling. The goal is to create a little pocket of space, a pause between the feeling and your automatic reaction. And in that powerful little pause, that's where you find your freedom. That's the space where you get to choose how to respond instead of just reacting on impulse. And when you start practicing this consistently, you start to feel the real benefit, the ultimate payoff. You get this deep, solid connection to your own unchanging self, your inner sky. And that is the transformation. You start to get it like on a really deep level that you are not your emotions. You learn that just watching something is way more powerful than trying to fight it. This is how you break that cycle of reacting and sabotaging yourself, and you start to build this inner calm, this emotional stillness, no matter what the weather's like outside. So if you remember anything, remember this. Feelings are just clouds. They're just passing through. They aren't you. You are, and you always will be, the sky. So I'll leave you with this thought. As you go through your day-to-day, some feeling is going to pop up. It's inevitable. But instead of fighting it, or worse, becoming it, what if you just watched it? What cloud will you just watch pass by today?